for all speakers, the slots are 15 minutes, so we're getting
No,
a little
not
bit of a late
this.
start, we won't cut anybody short. The division of that is
No, this
12
is not
minutes to
mine.
talk, and then 2 minutes
I
for Q&A, and then 1 minute to switch speakers. So we'll pull up some times and try to get your attention at the 5 minute, 1 minute, and 0 minute points.
have this. So this can be one slide at a time or two.
Sorry?
Acha, this will come like this.
Oh, your current
Okay.
slides is this and this next
And
slide.
for this one.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Dr. Brij. Basically, I am a meteorologist. Served India Meteorological Department for some 10 years. After that, I moved to another government department and I worked on different kind of applications here. I'm thankful to the organizers that they try to give every help and give me opportunity to present some serious issues, mainly in the developing countries and where the population is extremely high. See, problem in those cities is coming up because of the migration population into these cities. Uh, because of unemployment or people do not have jobs to have good earnings, majority of people are they try to get maybe very small job in the city because they get monthly income. Agriculture, there is some 6 month, once in a 6 month. So, main that urban climate causes. Earlier, it was thought that only the construction, the buildings absorb heat and heat islands are formed. But now new things started coming. Say very high population, they require something like housing, so substandard housing. Then the infrastructures are becoming huge. Earlier, suppose some 20 trains were passing. Now around 1,000 trains are passing from our cities. That is particularly in Delhi. Maybe around 1,000 trains pass in a day. So when this population is there, they generate various kind of things like waste, etc. And the environment becomes uh, spoiled. Say energy requirement is very high, then transport requirements. You will see that how difficult it is managed and how much transport is running into the cities, and the traffic jams at thousands of places. So all these things generate heat in the system. It is not say if we compare with the developed countries, traffic is not that much. Traffic jams are not that much. But these developing countries have lot of problems. Uh, Another is waste production, its management, and waste water production and its treatment. So these things are also creating uh, warming, maybe release of methane, carbon dioxide, etc., at a very high rate. See, two kind of heatings are there. One is natural, that is a climate of place. The temperature goes say 40 degrees, somewhere 50 degrees, somewhere it is in minus. So there we cannot do much on the urban climate. Then another is solar flare, where solar activity take place after some years, and then the places get heat, hot places will start dying. Say heat wave kind of things are there. But man-made things are high population, construction, infrastructure, energy use, traffic congestion, rotting of the material, adding some gases to the atmosphere, and that is say this Urban climate overrides the climate change, that is, rising temperatures and cities further addition of temperatures. See the high population versus low population. If I compare Delhi with Sydney, India with Australia, so I found area of Sydney is more than 8 times of Delhi. Population of Delhi is more than 6 times of Sydney. So ratio comes to the that population density per kilometer if you take, that comes to about for at least 48 or 50 times. Delhi, it is 50 times densely populated than Sydney. If you compare India versus Australia, this area of Australia is 2.4 times of India, and population of India is 54 times of Australia. So when these high populations are there, naturally there will be more activities, the more consumption of energy, more generation of the waste, and more generation of wastewater. So naturally, there will be much more pressure on the resources and on the environment as well. If we come to the housing, once I was flying over Mumbai. That was just I had to land for going for 3 4 minutes. Only this kind of housing was there at a particular place. That is called one of the slums there. But nearby there are luxurious houses where you will find all kind of facilities, particularly cooling through AC, etc. So the when say many mega cities are going very rapidly, the growth of city in countries with high population is much faster. Low population countries have planned development. You talk about city, people, there may not be slums, there may not be any congestion on the road, etc. But in cities like Delhi, Mumbai, or you go any other city, people just buy the agricultural land and construct and then start living there after, say, some 30, 40 years. Those places are regularized, but they remain in the conditions that you cannot improve them. There will be what are sufferings are there, they will remain. Sufferings are of this sort that they live narrow streets. They make very tall buildings because of rental value is high, and result is that there is no proper ventilation, no sun rays coming into the houses, and all sort of difficulties, which I shall describe further. The migrating population in the developing countries live in substandard houses in peri-urban areas, that is the outside area of the cities, urban villages. There are villages within the urban area, and unauthorized developments. The kind of development that just I told, agricultural land is bought and the houses are built with it. And known affordability of the house make more people to live in the substandard houses and slum. The prices of house in these mega cities is rising like anything, and they're becoming beyond the capacity of highly paid people even. So what then these people, low earning people, will do that they will try to live in substandard houses. Further, see, like just we have seen that slums, on the name of roof, there may be just tin shade. Unplanned development do not have proper ventilation and sanitation in the house. Narrow streets. See, earlier times, these narrow streets were, that if some thief enters into the colony, they can be caught easily. So it was security reason. But now requirement is that the streets should be wide But those which are made already, narrow streets, there we cannot do except, say, by demolishing some houses, and that, see, political pressure, etc., people are not able to do it. See, building designs are with no natural cooling. Say, if air doesn't pass through, cooling will not be there. That will be difficulty. Walls with steel inside conduct heat in throughout the house. We have made certain houses where the walls are made of concrete, put inside steel, and it was found that in the earlier patterns, only top floors used to have high heat, high temperatures. Their air conditioning was costlier because people to run air conditioners, say, more for more duration. So electricity bills were many times than compared to the lower house. But with these reinforced concrete walls, it has happened the temperature gets to the lower floor also high, and cooling of these buildings is becoming costlier. Another is a huge buildings wall are of glass. All the say outside things they have put glass. Sun rays penetrate into that, buildings becomes very warm, and then result is the cooling is very expensive. You have to put all the time low temperature cooling. Then huge infrastructure like large industries, airports, train, buses, terminals. If they come within the city, this has happened at many places that airport was outside city, it has come now in the city, and okay. Then see, a lot of heat, more heat is generated, and it affects people. Coming to amalgamation of the cities, that is the main thing which I want to describe. With the cities, it has happened earlier. One city is say 5 by 5 kilometers. Next city is at 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers. In between some small villages, and entire land was agricultural land. So there was not much heating. That was around 1964. I have seen really 5 or 6 kilometer area, and other places like your there are cities names again: Ghaziabad, Faridabad, Gurugram, Ballabgarh, Sonipat. They also expanded. These city produce certain, not certain, huge amount of waste. They used to dump. There are mountains of the waste, and now 9 cities are getting merged, and it is becoming a contiguous urban space of 120, 150 by 150 kilometers. Say from 5 by 5 to 150 by 150 kilometers. The problems are becoming complex. The trucks carry waste long distances, they smell, and this goes on. Just 2 minutes. Energy requirement is high. Coal-based thermal power stations, they were in city, they moved out, and when city expanded, they again came in between. Uh, if you see uh, this water resources, people may not accept it easily that there is methane in the this one, but one experiment is done where methane is collected from the drain. See, water is in that bad shape that it emits methane. Then, if you see, this is the condition of one of the biggest river during non-monsoon month. When say monsoon, there are a lot of flood, so pollutants are reduced. That pollution concentration. But when there is no monsoon, river has this kind of condition that there is not of found. Though people worship the rivers, but others keep on putting waste into it. Uh, this, see, it resulted in disaster striking in the people. Yes, okay. Uh, the cleaners sometimes die. Cleaners go into the manhole and they remove the dirt from these things. But when gas is accumulated, number of people die every 6 months. There's a report of some 10 people die also in Delhi. The toxic inflammable gas accumulated at some places inside the covered drains. If ignited, it may explode.
Dr. Bhushan, you need to finish, please.
Uh, See, there are incidents that in Pakistan, some 14 people killed and 40 injured because of blast in sewers. This year, there is a report that about 150 deaths in 5 days in two districts. So these kind of disasters are occurring. Transport in this condition, that there is flood of vehicles, and this may be at thousands of places. The wastes are in this condition that these are mountains of the waste.
You need to stop, sir.
Pardon?
You need to stop. You've
Okay.
gone over time.
Just say the condition of these waste.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Okay.
Bhushan. You will still have time to.
See, I wanted to highlight very
No, sir,
serious
we'll
issues.
have a discussion at the end.
Okay.
You've gone over time. Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much.
uh,
Please, the next speaker.
okay, just this slide.
There'll be no questions after this meeting. It's just a time, and so we'll get back to the next step here.
See, this slide is important.
Yes, sir.
If you see the
Please, sir,
highest ever recording.
You need to stop. You've gone over time, so we're gonna cut you off.
Okay.